Hello, everything. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I don't know. Where I think you are in the United States or in England, maybe. I know. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the chapter 3. The astrology and the sign of the astrology and the signs of the zodiac. Okay, it's the beginning. As I said, I consider myself a scientist. Scientist. I believe in verifiable facts or that they are within logic. That lives immersed in simple common sense. I have based my knowledge of life on philosophy and on the human science such as psychology or sociology. Okay. Well, treatises of the mind and societies as well as considerations on the fundamental principles of human logic, thought and action. Okay. I stop I stop worrying about the existence. Okay, of the occult science, the esoteric, or those unknown energies of the magical existence, because I can assure you that I understand with certainty the origin of the universe, its cause or consequences, as well as the evolution of the cosmos. But how was the creator brought to life? That only remains in the suppositions or conjectures. Okay, okay. Judgments that format of or I think of an event by the indicators that of it are hot. I think so. No, it's the or mental juggling of the who knows why. Science of art intelligence is not able to understand it by its limitations, so that we complicate the life more in defining it. Ask any scientist how long it will take us to reach the Andromeda constellation in 2.5 million years at a spent or light. No human being will ever enter in the imagination alone. Okay, okay. Names given to a spans of the universe. It is a set of Gigolad character, daughter, or Cepheus. Okay, king of Ethiopia and Cassiopeia. Was fit from a monster by Perseus, who marries her. Okay, all the galaxy closest the hours in a regular chip without using the science, okay, science fiction of the world of the galaxies, okay, okay, science fiction film of other times, okay, where with everything, and the princess Leia and little Arthur, okay, and they will remain with the square eye, with the square eyes. Okay, I try to say all the things about you, Okay, okay, okay. It's not to translate when a pure human being asks such a question. They will be proud of their knowledge, but stresses merely by giving them a raw answer to the ridiculous of the illusory, or they do not know it with precision. Okay, with this, I want to tell my friends human being who forget another planets, other divine space. Okay, we leave that to the uncertain future, to that or after it, after it. I, if they reflected on the above, they should now concentrate or resolving positively the complications, okay, of existence, the one life, the one here about, the one sees and heard, as well as the coexistence they have with those around them. Not not be solved everything but by psychology being addressed or behavioral science, um, because we have seen that despite their high value, okay, they have not been able to do much to be insulated and out of the reach of the majority of the population due to the cultural problems, poverty and ignorance. The violence will continue latent. Okay, true, true love with the shine but the absence. We have a society increasingly collectivist, with torturing democracies, full of theft of all kind, globalized and manipulated the years 200, 243, more or less, where individuality is not fully respected. Even if it is contrast with the others of a strict rule, the society belongs to everyone's knowing at the same time. I agree that we must avoid anarchy and chaos. That happens disorders and confusion due to the absence of a government that establish rules of coexistence, even if they are repressive. Okay, to hope that humanity will be less greedy. Who desires birth excessively? Okay, who desires wealth excessively? Okay, more shared has less resentful, and that has a higher capacity to forgive in desirable that conditions to a lesser degree and allow the release of positive fast. Okay, I try to see in English the most correct in possible. I try it. Okay, okay, okay. I found as things. It is better to look for the other route that will enable us to give human careers and simpler toils, especially understandable, so they can manage themselves as self-understandings. To live and live better, okay, without falling into the grotesque novel in hidden erotism or in the spaced words provide the bridesmaid with this disposable knowledge, avoid conditioning and avoid conditioning them to buy that way they do not need, but to decide what they want. Okay? To be in what they aspire to become, to avoid being part of a controlled and insensitive, okay, human, must why not give them the opportunity to have fine science a bit with the shortcuts, okay, curves that will improve them, that that will help them to change their way or being and understand themselves and their fellows human beings are they visible, and that affects them in their coexistence. Okay, as a, as a science of knowledge, astrology, for example, has been an unknown and for me because I will be honest. Okay. I imagine it that the hugeness of astral space were beyond the romantic thinking of a star, for example, so distant to understand it or the harsh reality of groups stars. Uh, for example, give them shape and imagine, okay, sets. Give them contents. Give them a name and make them play the crystal ball that knows everything. I think so. Okay. I do not. I do not really understand what degree the planets really influence themselves. Or the tides, the placements by dates or periods, or each zodiacal age sign, for example, zodiacal sign. It is night. It is a day. If the rooster crowed, if the investigation of human behavior in relation to the star and planets of our solar system produce a curious interpretation. But above all, a fortunate coincidence of attitudes of those human beings that only coincide in appearance because they were born in a certain period, okay, of time, in a specific month, and with the influence of nearby signs. From the set of similarities regarding the attitudes of one of them, such as pieces, for example, no, that has fragments of the personality of others. That has that has made me twitch in amazement in my neurons to give it the scientific validity that corresponds to it as a credible option and verifiable. I think it's verifiable. I believe that, for example. However, it's a lengthy process of research with a significant sample generator over thousands of years, providing as a result, fantastic result, almost miraculous by scientifically valid coincidences. I insist, occur. The truth is that this is that for a mysterious reason, serious astrologers who have depended the subject, like making a vocation of its analysis, yes and no, an interpretation, for example, okay, are no simply case leader, okay, teachers of clean talkative and do doomsday tomorrow, for example. No, to this I mean that the scientific astrology should not be taken as a joke because the criticism of this matter is the use and management is something assigned that to the side of the zodiac doing the favor to the unbelievers, with a few others small chaser for a cast or risky statements in the reading the horoscopes. Okay, something like to call the anxiety, but the morbid of the top of the hope of believing in something beyond the painful reality that they prefer to hide in dreams unrealizables. It's not good, okay? And are many neighbor seekers, okay, of the lost child was already located when it is the axis center. Okay, for example, For those who did not find occult, this is a change of names of the main street in Mexico City, for example. No? Or jewelry to be frightened, deluded, change their emotional course, or experienced by the simple detail, or of accepting as a fact true, an irrevocable that what little they said in a newspaper, okay? Rococo magazine, I don't know. With retinoid teens radio or television, just because it must be filled or hollow of the curiosity and amazement or the unsuspecting because of what we are part of the rhythm, okay, of the hidden, of the hop fully and take me out the lottery, okay, or get this romance that promises me my sign, of course, and that I read in the Sunday horoscope, okay. Charlatans come and go with the intention or making human feelings, showing themselves as second-rate sorcerers were saved and from being burned in great firewood, considering human rights, pure astral delinquency, and it is not the embarrassing Saint Inquisition. Of course, I try to understand, not the time, of course. Okay, listen me to listen to listen this. Astrology, astrology and interpretation of the zodiac in something serious, and not any human being can grasp as many arguments, as many astral movements, and of course there are no standard astral charts on the market to everyone to put in their pants or dresses to suit them. Okay, is them as assigned the privilege of paying deeply analysis of views, so few lucky ones with dollars or euros, okay, in the right amount. The elite of the elite or is no, esotericis, okay, or of tribal groups, or as closer as the folklorist to the process song, okay, in the old fashion of Guadalupe Pineta or in Mexico, for example, Guadalupe Pineta or Tania Libertad in Mexico, in the authenticity times. So, my friends agree on a bit waiting for my lyrics more than a fantasy or a deception, because yes, I will not write lies, nor will I take them to dream worlds to sell my thoughts. Okay, I have I have the firm and sincere desire because in some way they serve the overcome and learn to behave in a more constructive or decital to demands the word of peers to give them and not take them or at least leave them alone. I think so. I accept that. What can what can the science tell us not to be shown by psychology? Perdón. Something more important, a practical way to knowing those around them with the simple facts of knowing to which sign they belong. Simple, no? The, interpretation had that I established for each science does not go beyond the analysis of the attitudes that have already been studied or stereotyped by so many people interested in these topics over many years, and who suggest that I have the scientific basis, okay, scientific basis. As I say earlier, that it produces certainty and credibility. Okay, the problem, the problem for many interpreters and informants of the zodiacal signs in the popularity confused writer that why with precision because as I understand it, it is not silly and usual no manage the star or by grouping or superficially because it loses its real validity. Okay, by circumstance of destiny, I analyzed what my sign contains. Well, for example, okay, listen to me. I am Pisces. Yes, sure. In my real life, I am Pisces, without first of all others. I was amazed when I found and that I was fascinated with emotional portrait and hiding the facts that I did not want to accept. Okay, I made myself the task of changing, improv, okay, improv myself because I was just wrong. I think why not? Okay, this is my point of view. Of course, I did not decide to stop being what I was too deeply rooted in that also gave my joy. Dreams, idealism, and compose poetry every day life. But I understand that, okay, I had to reorganize my economy to avoid falling into the lack of liquidity would inevitably lead me to poverty, waiting for a certain old age. The Pisces, the Pisceans would love to have a wealthy woman who could be finance and dreams, such an authority in books, for example, painting or carving. And even though I was not born to end of a big matinee without those dreams, I have only wanted to dedicate myself to art, music. I like very much music. Okay, okay, and writing. For example, I'm writing. This is my the zodiac and these relationships is my I wrote it. Okay, and writing. But why is not a famous one? We are stumbling back and forth, especially in love, for example, no? Especially in love, because few women will be willing to work for both while achieving the expected fame and fortune required. Okay, I commented that, okay, when analyzing my zodiacal personality, okay, and comparing it with my true intentions, I found out that it committed a severe error or adaptation in this speculative society that does not really accept dreamers and romantics as prototypes of progress. Okay, I'm peace, no? Imagine it for that. Okay, take as a reference the pieces because I was surprised by the surprises that lead gives us when our needs the change for the better. Okay, because we are lose opportunity that many times do not return. Finally, the most affected are those. That because of what our sign ensures. We cannot avoid our amorous failures, with the couples will fall in love. I repeat, okay, is part of the defects of human fish. Well, the defects of human fish. I am a human fish. As an example, is example. Okay, one me is example. With all this, I want to tell you that my experimentation convinces without we studying the content of the zodiacal sign. Okay, they work it, and I think it's collaborated with me because I made maturation and ended up base a fish overcome, especially for the research sample that I used with friends, for example, relatives and acquaintances, some friends. Okay, after then 14 years of trying my theory, I must now trust in astrology and the science of the zodiac, not as the exact science, but as a reliable and credible way of ending. Of course, when the conclusion are dangerous, as I hope they are mine, I think so, no? I know that. I know that all the time. I compared my research of various science with different people, resulted in unique data in those prices similarity, especially in bright, not exact, but above the coincidental. I invite you to trust to the comparisons that I made with my psychological prices, in which I came with more experience primarily in the projections of, of each person that give me great uncertainty in the conclusions of the conclusions. Those that I hope we serve them for the change of the attitude and an increasing emotional capacity to live better. Okay, that they locate those joys of which I speak to them. May they be happier. May them be born in you because of this change in attitudes, a new way of seeing life and that of others, to discover those around them, and from immediately and be elaborate relationships that are the path or fraternity human. Okay, that will come when we analyze each sign of zodiacal personality and determine what they should do to take advantage of the many knowledge surrounding psychology and astrology through the signs of the zodiac. It's really, I think you really know for that. Many do not believe, for example, you do not believe in the content of the personalities defined in the signs of the zodiac, or are unconditional or by the religions, for example. They consider them be a substitute to the gods. No, nothing more erroneous and childish of those who mention it. Surely they are not particularly good. Okay, Christians, it will be a challenge for each one of you when you comfort the content of each one of them regarding their person, how they are, how they act, how they react. Psychology, like astrology, as I say, are not exact science like mathematics, but they are credible and very verifiable, each one with their specific methodology. Is located that tells it to us that we should not expect interpretations and magic data that reveal us that the goodness or of fortune in the next block. or that tomorrow, for example, and in the at 7 o'clock in the afternoons with the full moons, we find a couple of their dreams. Attend with this dedication and reflection the contents of the zodiacal personalities that I describe in this book. In this book, I say all the things. Really, eh? Very. Okay, okay. Let me see another one. So that use the material for the benefit to you and those around you to encourage your attitude change to your relationships and the vision of the they have. Okay, the importance of pleasures, please. The importance of pleasures. Now we ask themselves, why waste time trying to be happy if happiness arrives or never appears? That friends do not change. That parents will continue to be unfair to their children. That the girlfriend, lover, or wife will not stop being taught as they have. That the boyfriend, for example, lover or partner, in words changing their attitude because men are all the same. Something of that many women, okay, agree about them when they talk about them. Now, we think that nothing is possible to modify the attitudes of human beings. Then I was to time to give this book to another person who has greater self confidence. I think I all the time I say the truth. Or who is interested, or who is interested in providing higher value to their existence, otherwise try to keep going in the discovery or a road where you will find a light that you do not know. Try it for the simple fact of deserving to enjoy that life that you have naturally, which is small and ends soon. When I express this, I mean the desire that I have to so that you to not depend to or on anything, any drug, for example, drug. Such a as alcohol, cigarettes, cocaine, marijuana, stimulant pills, or antidepressants to find inner peace. Because my friends, please, please, my friends, they are simple evasions of a life that they despise and that does not belong belong to them, even if they into it are integrated. This is my words. Okay. Okay, another one. Miriam, if they go to the scripts for their lack of or characters, cultures, self-control, strange, it is time to overcome ignorance with the courage of loving themselves more than anything in the world, and don't fall into the shames of not learning self-esteem, even though they did not like them enough, despite the alien scorn. Learn to console them when being shooted they have not. Read to understand it they did not understand them. To know that they are the most beautiful human beings of the universal creation. Self-esteem, o sea, loving oneself. Self-satisfaction, satisfying oneself without the intervention of anyone. Okay, self-satisfaction, making the for oneself, okay, with others do not give us. For example, they are useful resources while arriving or sending those human beings make with their hands full of choice, which like are not consumed amaranth. They are only enjoyed pleasantly in a concert of complete happiness. It can be, I don't know, it can be extremely easy to enjoy the things that do not harm us, modify them, use them or discard them when they consider to be useful. Use irrational animals. A dog, a cat, a squirrel, a bird, or carrot, and even a pig. I don't know. Okay, so that he give us moments of company, okay, or give us sense some kind of pleasures that we will enjoy at will. But as the human beings, okay, and human beings is important. Always, always with the complication of what to do with them and them diverse as well as complex reaction that fearfully predispose also to let ourselves to be loved, defend, or often and ignore in that mixture of different sensations. Okay, what happens is that we have chosen as our friends, lovers, our husband poorly because we do not know what they seem to be, and as we need to feel accompanied by the strength of our instincts and the search for caresses and love, we make a mistake. We make a mistake to rush to the first pleasant impression to learn later that we have been wrong. It is like when we fell in love and love disappears when the orgasm or ejaculation. Okay, I'm sorry for all the world young people. Okay, ejaculation occurs, and then we learn that this love was a fantasy of sexual instincts, views, hormones, playful, and nothing more. Just that. I think the in that relation, the woman and man, okay, listen to me. Reflect, reflect, decipher the reason of the errors in our relationships, of those mistakes that produce us as society and expectation, leading us to conformance, to its acceptance, to its premature or delighting the regression to reach the breaking of the friendly or loving bond, or also it was to consummate the divorce with necessary break. It happens. It happens that our parents did not teach us how to know those around us, or because they told us how to behave with the no, with the social need, or just because they ignore better ways. Okay, we must understand that each generation or parents is always part of another circumstance of experience of other things, fashions, okay, of different values and, for example, and another from to seeing life limited, the lies something that usually no longer works in the assistance of technologies or communication and opinions to cultural knowledge. To ignorance that is a friend of conformance, of lack or of courage to be better. Hey, try it. Think about. I wonder I wonder when humanity will understand, okay, that despite uh, me power of innate violence in human beings and their high degree of stupidity, they do not learn that the respect for others is essential for a healthy relationships. It's not an answered question. Is it that an answer to let, for example, is the truth of our mistakes past, that to follow to correct established guiltless, by motivate make ourselves by the foolish and degrading marketers of our social life. The best, the best is this case in that we begin by accepting our warned that their defects trap is lost little or nothing by those who manage to understand it, okay, and be the first who, finding themselves on the precepts of doubts, in the chairs a real change of emotion. I do not know, okay. I will settle for the moment, imagining that you, my dear readers, are already changing their attitude after reading my thoughts carefully. This is my thoughts. Okay. Let me see another one. Okay. And propose to change or suggest that they change the way of those with who they live remarkable close to the environment, or that they will be able to choose better who will surround them, what is more convenient for them and yourselves, forming harmonious and healthy relationships. Do not forget, have this short life that ends soon. Take advantage of it as best as possible before it turns out. Listen to me. The woman and her need to know better, to choose the one who most conducts him as part of her vital space, a partner and a family. I think so. Okay. Before I continue with my theory of personalities, I want to clarify something that we all know. Okay, no, but you don't accept that. If someone sent of this planet and decides what is right to society, it's finally the beautiful woman. Since we must start from the fact that they chooses us to the men of all those who want her. Okay, she organizes and decides the direction of her family. It's very important to think about. Okay, mire, she owns our children and her future. Also, the law protects her. Okay, she makes us what she wants with subtlety and with the sixth sense that he possesses, that makes to male sex appear. Okay, you yearn that it is his fit. We need woman. Okay, we need woman, and we cannot live without them. For them, we destroy empires. We still were killed, and we lost dignity. If they receive our love and desire, we can buy the house. Okay, crotchet and sustenance, and when we no longer serve that, then they come to dismiss us as useless, make the decision, especially when we have mocked their integrity as stronger that seem, are smarter, okay, than we imagine, and can be as intelligent and as astute as any man who craves the owner of the war. Okay. The only difference lies is brute force. Unfair, of course. It's very important. Think about your future. Women, all the women, please. How much do you know woman? Women. How much do you know woman? If you don't know, okay, what do you want? What are your goals? What your dreams, your aspirations? Or if you have a life projects that covers, are you concerned then? Okay. You must worry about knowing that you may find yourself wasting valuable time of your short life in defending yourselves from the careless, infidels, and contradictory, college of my sex, the proud and vain foolish, vain who accuse the human without reason, with the only idea of possessing her, and use it. That is fine. It is going as we do. Okay, knowing you is not so complicated if you decide to try once and for all. And do not tell me do not have time for yourself, that you are overwhelmed by the commitment to be a housewife, that you work, that children, your husband, everything does that inflates you. Of course, please. Okay. Or that at your early age you do not think sincerely that you should have fun. That's how wait he dives, and that this is the very strawberry, that the only thing. Okay, you want to know what is it around the corner. Well, it seems that this is a young woman without maturity. I think so, no? And let us talk about men. Please, let us talk about men. Do you feel mature and that you no longer have the time of change because women are still comfortable for you? Nothing else. You must know, to get them a drink, to dance and bed the next day. I do not know you're pretty. Okay. Why change? If we are accustomed to using ourselves and not to give ourselves for what complication, my brother? If at sea alive is stature, if that you like the mama sister provided it to you, you will send. Let me get, okay? Let me just get lost in the smog, okay? The violence and the depersonalization, not to offer it with the place, okay? Place a lady in the subway on a truck. Truck. It's possible, no? Maybe. I think so, no? Please, pay me attention, please. Leave me as I am if I don't bother you, okay? Don't make me read too many letters that you do to have a horny magazine to gossip. What it is this excellence that has hidden inside, that says nonsense, okay, which makes you escape from the pressure of striving to make sense of your life? No. How boring. Meat? Oh, yes, I know. But no is your sample appearance. Or by what another says about you. You start by accepting your shortcomings and limitations. feel with pride to being unique as a human being. Okay. Propose to search inside to discover the best of you. Your potential reach is possibilities to give and receive. If you manage to build better, we build all the top. You do not try to invent the word, please. Do not try to invent the word. So, do not complicate your life. Do you know what is the answer to our foolishness to be inventors? To believe that we can be another Mozart, okay? Another Newton, or any scientists who have the chance to discover something that keeps us alive, a little allows us to enjoy the perfect sound of music and harmonies. Simple, very simply. The books. The books is very important. Yeah. Okay. Many human beings are why those they are the products of the study and reflection of the knowledge of humanity throughout as a history. Some we have something unique and refined of updated, because that should be the task of every intelligence being in the years. When we are young, we want to discover everything by our initiative is already created. But life teaches us that the best, and we must learn it. Okay, understand it and apply it in all the benefits and benefits is not doing. Please, so it's wasting time in rebating what we can use in journeys lasers that gave use another inhabitants of the planet, that craters that the paint and paddle stores, so what we did not stumble. Okay, it is inevitable. That is in any case many end of never understanding this advice. There who are, you do not fall into the same mistake, because life is running out and you do not come back. Okay, cheer up and fill yourself with projects to build your fulfillment. I think so. Fulfillment, of course. Let's finish. Okay. Nobody is so ugly or handsome. So you have to create also in parameters or beauty, but appearance are appearances, okay? And they are deceptive. If you do not understand you know disposition to feel yourself the most precious being of this planet, and you begin by worshiping, okay, yourself, or if you do not do it, you will end up depending on the crumbs or bluff that are likely to be created by human beings who are closest to the critical space that belongs to you. Okay, please. Don't worry, it is a causes. Your exhaustion or you get bored by trying to get to know you, because you must interpret your interior, penetrate your brains, and look in your thought for everything that brothers for you places you. Tries to form a picture of your personality, okay, of everything that hurts you. Hecho? What worries you, what you want to do, what you want to avoid, what you want to achieve, and in it you will gradually form the kind of human being you aspire to be. I cannot, I cannot, I cannot do everything for you. Make a considerable effort to face your reality. The real are appearance knowledge of your inferior be helped and prepared too. Because if you are a boy navigated alone or alone in the problem that you face the existence, of course, prepare yourself in that sense in to compare yourself with the type of human being to which you corresponding according to your zodiac sign. Okay, and then you will be ready to be human. Okay, for the great adventure of knowing internally, and there's a similar being with whom you live or we or will live together. I do not want to make you live higher and increases your worries. This book, this book I write to be useful and for you to be the one who reshapes your existence, improving your way of being your appearance, your smile, your desire to live and they enjoy. Don't worry. Do not worry about become an expert or expert in the management of the information of the sign of the zodiac. Okay, but you should consult them to clarify. Okay, and down about. Okay, and what is someone you know or want to know knowing your sign. Okay, in the future. I see you there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to hear me. My bad English. This I say this is very important for me to say you this in English. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not the perfect, of course. Okay, we see you. We hear you, please. We relationship you and me in another chapter. Okay. Okay. Be well.